So hey everybody, lately I've been going a lot over my bookshelves and kind of going over some of the books that I haven't ever, and I found a lot of books that are really useful, but I haven't read them yet. So I'm gonna slow down and start looking through some of my books. I'm reorganizing everything on my bookshelf, and I found this series, which I've had for a while and I always intended to read these. I have the Ansatz Kyosutsu, A, B, C, they're Koro-tan, and the Koro-su, which is a math book, which I only bought for the Ansatz and some for the series, because I love the series, and there's just some funny examples, such as using, they use assassination in their equations, pretty much. So, I mean, it's more of one of those types of novelty items. Again, I'm probably never going to completely memorize or read the information in here, but it's just kind of funny. But we do have the A, B, and C Koro-tan books. So it's pretty much like a play on words, I suppose. In this series, their job is to kill their teacher. Koro-su means to kill. It's a verb to kill, and they name their teacher Koro-sensei. Now, in this book, they have Koro-tan, and they pretty much just use tan from tango, which is like new vocabulary and such. So, I mean, like, it explains it. They also give you, it explains how to use this book, gives you the red sheet and everything, and they give you a schedule that you can fill out, and message from Koro-sensei. So you got a little Koro-sensei message, which is really cool because it's in the writing and the style that he uses in the manga and in the animations. So it's really cool. I think he's one of the more fun characters I've read in a long time, or seen in a long time, so it's kind of cool. And of course they have the index and just kind of prologue, and then they have some pretty cool quotes and such, but I can't read all of the kanji because there is really no furigana in here because you're assumed to have already learned these kanji. So I have my trusty Denshi Jisho right here with me, and it'll be main part of my lessons and such. So, I mean, they have the prologue, and then they tell you again how to exactly use the book and how to use the red sheet that comes with it. So this is the red sheet. It's a tear out piece in the back. You open the slit in the envelope that you tear out, and I know I've shown you guys this before, but they give you the red sheet. But what's really cool about it, it's kind of cheesy, but it's got Koro-sensei's face smile on it, so it's kind of cool. I won't actually be using this red sheet just because I don't want to lose it. I have my other one over here, so I'm planning on using this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 3 books, and I'm going to make my own Koro-tan flashcard sets, because that's what this first book is all about. It's all about vocabulary, and they start out with basic words, and this is obviously a book to teach Japanese students to learn English words. So I'm gonna, like I said, I have to use my dictionary in a lot of these words. So whenever I run across a word I don't know, and I'm gonna put it in my ring of flashcards. So, I mean, a lot of these basic ones I already know, but they give you lists, and then some charts, which are kind of funny. They have normal person, and then Koro-sensei's body part list. Okay, and then this is where it really starts. And then they even have a place for you to, like, put a date and such. Oh, let me show you where they name, how they explain the naming. Oh, and then they show you an explanation of the each chapter's level of Koro-tan. So that's kind of cool. Give you a little chart on how difficult the words and the stuff are. Koro-tan, the flashcards right there. But it says Boku to Terasaka-kun. Terasaka is one of the other characters So Terasaka-kun ni. And I think this means to deliver, but I don't remember how to say it. I think it's shirareta. That doesn't sound right to me. But then it says, I think it's a tango cho. So English, the English, like flashcards, pretty much. English word flashcards. Minna mo ishou ni benkyou shou. So, that's pretty much what this book is all about, is learning new words, a tango. So, and they tell you the red sheet up here. Aka, I think it might be seki. I think that kanji can also be pronounced seki. I think it's aka koro shito o tsukatte a tango o oboete ikimashou. So we have that. This is where it kind of gets into the actual like lesson part. And they give you that list in the beginning, and then they give you the words. So they give you the words, basic words to start with, and they tell you what type of word it is, if it's a noun, you know, an adjective such as that, and then they give you the kanji up here, which disappears when you use your red sheet over it. So let me see if you can see some of it. And then if you lay it on top of it, it makes the word disappear. So I'm going to use the same idea pretty much for my flashcards. Word, and they give you like a usage. I'm not really sure what this kanji means here, so I'm going to have to look it up. So I'm going to have to do a lot of looking up. What's cool about this series is that they give you clips from the actual series, and their examples. Their examples actually pretty much follow similar dialogue to characters that are in the series. They don't pull them quite from the series, but they're just, you know, it's kind of interesting. And Koto Sensei will sometimes give you some advice for the word, or he'll be giving you an example of the word usage. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I like books like that. I wish there was more like that. I mean, it's kind of like, say, a kid really likes the Disney movies, and they have like a specific Disney movie, and I'm pretty sure there's some of these out there, and they find like a workbook that teaches you words with that Disney show or character, and all of the examples revolve around the interests that they have. This is pretty much what this is. So they give you just the examples. Let's kind of skip ahead just a little bit. And then of course they give you breaks in between each one, so then they teach you other verbs. This is akabane karuma no that kanji. Well, it's his gives some usage of English, his English teaching, pretty much. They're not real, I don't want to say quotes, because I don't think he's ever said these in the series, but it's just kind of funny because I was reading what it says up here, so it's kind of quotes from him to teach you some English. Okajima-kun no. Yeah, so then they give you some more English words from a different character, and then it goes on to the second chapter, which I think, okay, they have like a story in front of each one, so there's probably going to be a lot of writing on this. There's probably going to be a lot of writing on this when I'm done. And then the new list, this one's also basic words. Okay, so yeah, the layout is pretty much the same as the beginning one. The words do progressively get harder, of course. Let's see. Looks like most of it is pretty much the same. I'm gonna make a tango cho for the Korotan series. But Book B is based around kind of the same thing, but it doesn't do just like words. They are, it kind of looks like prepositions actually. So that one, Jukugo no Jikan. Yeah, to me it looks like most of this is prepositions, which, I mean, you have to know these in everyday language. You kind of see with the, these are the main parts right here, if you can see them. This is the mokuji. So I will, of course, be making a Korotan Tango Cho flashcard sheet for it. And they teach you how to use the book. I kind of like the quotes that they put in here, though. They're pretty cool, and it's cool that they're been translated as well. So of course they have the little snippet of the story at the beginning. I don't know if you guys have heard of this series. It's probably not that popular. Well, I don't know, because it has a English dub now. So this is really cool. Okay, it kind of reminds me of the collocation book, because they have, the first one is on, and then they have examples on how to use the word on. And it's to show you the example list here. So this is all for the word on. No, it's kind of hard to see. I'm just trying to show you a little bit of a glimpse at it before I actually dive into these. And right now, Right now I'm just studying from the A book. But these are really cool for learning other vocabulary and words. But there is no English. I mean, there is no furigana. So learning to read this might be a little bit hard at first, and a little bit repetitive because I'll be looking up a lot of words. Eigo no cliche. There's some cliches, and they explain it. The English word, the English cliches. Has the cat got your tongue? I wish I knew that kanji. If I knew that one, I could read it. Doshite, and then it's got this verb, te iru no nado. Nani ka kotaeru beki na no ni. And then that same verb, te iru hito ni iu kotoba. So that's kind of cool. We always have time enough if we will, but use it aright. That is true. I love the quotes in here. Anyway, so these are all educational books from a series called Assassination Classroom. Oh, these are kind of funny. The aliases, or what do they call them? Nicknames. Codenames. They have a codename list. And then they translate it. Or it's an English codename, but they translate it in Japanese so kids can read it. But there's the red sheet. So this is pretty much all that this book is, and I'll show you maybe a little closer later. Number C. Oh, I love this. I love how well developed the characters are in this series. And it's a completed series, so you guys should definitely watch it if you're interested in it. I found it really funny and very relatable. It was really cool. Okay, so this is just the story. Sorry, I'm not showing you anything. Which I'm not even going to try to read. I mean, I can see some of the kanji and they don't look too hard. Oh man, this looks like equations almost for English. So, I don't know what's making that noise outside, but it is so loud. It's not cricket. God. See, like, now, these sentences really do revolve around, like, the language that's taught in these series. They talk about weapons, which is pretty funny. I like the examples in this book. And I'm sorry if I'm peeking around the book like a creeper. I'm just making sure it's in focus and centered. There's some nice charts in here. So definitely if you learn English on your own, man, you're pretty awesome. I'm really glad English is my first language, because otherwise I probably would never learn it, because some of the grammar points and like the grammar rules, I guess, they don't make sense. They don't make sense to me. They don't make sense to anybody. People try to make sense and make rules for everything. Our pronunciations are all over the place sometimes. I mean, I know English is not the hardest language to learn, because I know there's a lot of really insane languages, but you know, I don't know. I probably would never have been able to learn it if it wasn't my first language, which I've already seen before. They give you, hoshi no eigo. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Some nice science. I must have missed the alarm for it. Oh, lookers. Let's see. Anyway, so, I mean, this one looks pretty hard. I don't think this one will really require a flashcard set, so let me just kind of show you around it a little bit. Focus a little bit inside these books. I just kind of wanted to show you what I've been doing aside from my other classes, my other textbooks that I work on. What's wrong with right now? I'll just be reading the A book because it has vocabulary, so that'll be easier to make a list on. So I'm using the red sheet and I'm using the green marker. So when I come across a word and I want to memorize it, then I use the green marker on the red sheet, and I can't read the word. and then when I take off the red sheet, I will be able to see the word. It's vice versa. I could do it either way. I can use the red marker and use the green sheet as well. So whichever one I use, either way, I got the markers. I did a review on these if you guys are interested, and it's one of my study time videos. So that is these here. Oh, I didn't show you this book, the Sansu book. So I mean, Jesus, I haven't even looked into this book apparently. I still have all the insides in there. I'm probably not going to like really sit down and memorize it. I'm just gonna read it for the like example sentences and stuff. Okay. So that is these educational Ansatz Kyushitsu books. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will probably update later on this. If not in this video, then it'll be in my monthly study videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.